I talk about the fact that when we swore in finally in January, that we swore to defend against those that are coming against us, whether they are domestic or international. And right now, I feel like MAGA in general, they are threats to us domestically. And we see it time and time again. And I think that's why you see so many national leaders, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, coming together to say there is only one person qualified to be the commander in chief, and that is Kamala.
This is Jasmine Crockett, who is saying that, Kamala Harris is the only one that should be running the country as of current, or at least in the next presidential election. Okay. Now, this is the lady that said bleach, blonde, bad built, butch body. Okay. So just for people who didn't know who she was at first. So she's that person, and she's saying that. Now, here's how I look at this with these kind of arguments. People could say one way or the other. For me, she's saying MAGA. Yeah. What I will agree with is they can be intense. Okay. And they tend to be quite racist too. Okay. You could just have a black person who's mind their own business and someone knocks food out of their hand, be like, yep, that's what that person deserves. It's like, what? You know what I mean? I've seen some crazy stuff online, and yes, they affiliate themselves with being MAGA. So there's that. But something I also want to make known is the fact that both sides, they're the same. Ooh, did I say that? Yes, they are. And that's the thing. This actually kind of brings me back to a conversation I was having about Jimmy Dore, because people look at him, they're like, oh man, he's for red. He's for Republicans. He's not for Democrats anymore. Well, here's the thing with somebody like him who has voted often. Okay. He was voting for Democrats. He put his faith, his ballot, his ticket in for the Democratic Party. Right. So when you go for somebody, and then they keep disappointing you again and again and again and again, you're going to be a bit annoyed. You know what I mean? You're going to be a bit upset. You're going to be like, maybe I should not have put as much trust in you as I have. But I did. But I don't want to. I should not have. Okay? This side is bad. But this side is bad too. Yes. Is it for different reasons? Does one promote one thing over the other? Yes. Is one doing a crazy left-wing thing, but also right at the same time? Yes. And that's the thing, they're both not good. And this is what happens when you have just two parties and you don't have really more than one, because you could look at it and say, okay, you got the Green Party. Yeah, but who's voting green? You know what I mean? And it's like, how do you identify? If you're independent, where are you voting? You know what I mean? Should you vote this way? You're a Republican. You're going to say, okay, I'm going to go for Trump, but maybe I lean more independent, and vice versa for the Democrats. And that's the thing with Kamala, for me personally. This is kind of changing subjects, but with Kamala, for me, I just can't stand what she is standing for. Okay. She hasn't really said much for policy, so there's that. But I don't like what they're doing in terms of identity politics. This whole, she's black and yada, yada, yada. But it's proven that she's really not. She's more Indian than anything else, Indian, Asian. So it's like, what's up with that? Why are you trying to say, oh, well, she went to the Essence Festival. Oh, she cooked collard greens, or, she washed her greens in the bathtub because that's black. That's what the Negroes do. And it's like, no. Then she changes her dialect from time to time whenever it seems to fit the situation. She's going to talk in a more Herschel Walker kind of way. And it's like, why are we doing that? You know what I mean? It's like, I was listening to Tupac and Biggie when I wasn't, they didn't even make music though. You know what I mean? And it just keeps coming off as this crazy pandering. So for me, that's one of the main things about her. And then she was saying, oh, your child has truancy. Oh, well, guess what? Let's go knock at the parents. Let's jail the parents. What? Over truancy? Nah. If they're shooting up the place, or if there's some kind of guns or violence or something like that, to a level where you're like, okay, I will then be like, okay, maybe we need to go on these parents up. But over truancy, yeah, is it an issue? Yes, but is this necessarily something where I would be like, okay, Deborah, we got to go and put you in jail for it? I wouldn't say that. How about let's offer some resources? But then she doesn't want to do that. And then she says, oh, we don't need to be funding, Then she says, oh, we don't need to be funding schools like that because we need to put more energy into prisons. What? And I'm supposed to be like, oh, that's my girl Kamala. No, I don't feel like I should be supporting you when you spew that kind of rhetoric, because I don't believe in that. And that's also another thing. People think that because you're black, oh, well, she's black too, she eat collard greens. What? Oh, well, she was around rappers, she was dancing. And that's the thing. That's why people look at black people like we are clowns. Because all you got to do is shuck and jive, play some music, have a celebrity come in like a Glorilla coming in, and then now everyone's supposed to just fall in line. And a lot of people do. Oh, was she a black woman? No, she's not. And there's evidence to prove that she's not. What's next? That's all we're voting for. Now, Obama was different because he was the first. Okay, even though he was mixed, he was the first. But Kamala, now oh, she's the first woman. I don't care. Because a lot of these women, y'all, just because you're a woman don't mean you down with the women. There'd be women who be cooning like a mug out here. Okay, so I'm looking like, what is that supposed to mean to me? Women who are out here supporting white supremacy and racist as heck. I'm supposed to identify with you because you got a vagina like me? Oh, no. That's not how I roll. I don't get down like that. Okay, I need to see a little bit more. Okay, and what are you doing? You're over here spewing crazy kind of, and y'all know what I'm talking about, educations in the school about genitalia. If you know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You're over here spewing that kind of stuff. I'm not down with that. I don't agree with that. I got nieces and nephews, and I don't believe that they should be learning that kind of stuff in school. Not for what y'all doing. Y'all talking. There was just a teacher who got suspended because they had some kind of crazy smexual. They had some kind of crazy schmexual question on their test. You know what I mean? And these are children. You know what I mean? It's not just like a health class or something like that. This was different. And I'm like, I'm not down for that. I'm not down for having someone that looks like Dave Bautista when he was big. I'm not down for having somebody looking like that coming in the bathroom with me, or when he's smaller like now. I'm not down for that. I'm not cool with that. I don't feel comfortable. I need a safe space. I need to go and be able to pull my pants down and use the bathroom and do what I got to do with other women in the room. I don't need to have another dude up in the room with me. And I don't feel comfortable with that. And I personally don't like that that's what they are pushing out here for everyone. Then they want your children to be down with that. I'm not cool with that. Does that make, I guess to them, that makes me a bad person. But I'm not cool with that. I'm not comfortable with that. So for me, I'm like, how is that okay? You got this open border policy. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. I'm not cool with that either. If I can't go to another country without a passport, neither can you. Okay? That's one of the main things. Unless you were like in a Ukraine-Russia thing where you need asylum because your country is literally at war, or Israel or Palestine thing where it's the same kind of thing. That's different. But you just saying, man, it's hard out here. Or our homeless on the street and our veterans that have no home could also say it's hard out here. Can I go to Germany, or can I go to London or England and get some asylum? You know what I mean? That's different. You would say, no, it's not that hard. Same thing. You're over here giving you're over here giving debit cards, food, clothes, all this other stuff, but I can't get it. If I want some SNAP benefits, I gotta wait a month. But these people, they get it like that when they get here. Housing, I gotta pay for, but they don't. So that's where I'm at with it. So I get what Miss Crockett was saying in regards to, you could have the extreme, but that's on both sides though. And that's the thing. It's on both sides. That people always want to say one side or the other. It really isn't one side or the other, because they're the same, really. Is one side more for the people, quote unquote, than the other? Yes. But the lesser of two evils, it's still not good, y'all. You know, so that's how I look at it. And I mean, I get where she's coming from, and I really like this lady. Actually, I find her to be very intelligent as well. And I like the way that she speaks. But there's certain things I just cannot get down with. There's certain things I simply cannot agree with, because I mean, I don't agree with it. I don't think that's okay to just be letting anybody and their mama come up in here, and I'm just supposed to be like, okay, well, I mean, open the border. It is what it is. I'm not cool with that, yo. So, you know, I get what she means, where she's saying, yes, there are your extremists. People can be extreme, and they have been. And what side? Obviously, MAGA's typically more racist. You know, they don't like the black folks. They always want to say we're just looking for a handout, or whatever the case may be. They're free to whatever their opinion is, and I'm free to have my own opinion as well. But in regards to that, I just don't see me getting out here and be like, man, let me go and drop a ballot in there for Kamala. I just don't see me doing that. But let me know what y'all think about what she said, Miss Crockett said, down below. Hello, hello, hello. I would greatly appreciate it if you can actually support my little small business called Latrice Limited. It is on latricelimited.com. So as you can see right here, I actually sell candles and a wide variety of other items as well. This is my big forehead, okay? But I actually want to show you just a couple of different items that I do sell. This is actually going to be a part of my soap collection that I have. As you can see, I have a variety of different soaps on here. I actually have 2 pages worth of soaps, and everything is handmade, okay, natural, clean ingredients as well. You can also see right here, these are my candles. All right, they're all handmade, everything vanilla, sweet roses, sage and vanilla and sweet roses are actually my favorite scents that I do have. I also have a few other items on here. I'm actually going to go and show you all the bath bombs that I do have. As you all can see, there's eucalyptus and sage, sweet pea harmony, and so many more. And then we're just going to finish off on the gift sets that I have. There's a variety of them, from like the big ones like this for $45, and then you have some of the smaller ones, and you have these itty bitty ones down here that includes essential oil blends. Definitely shop with your girl. Definitely help your girl out. I would greatly appreciate it. This is like my little baby over here, okay? I would greatly appreciate it, and enjoy.